Maisha TV, the Kenyan channel pushing information to Kenyan viewers through digital television platforms.
Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television.
News.
Thank you for choosing Maisha Television for this broadcast.
Information.
The classes were in a poor condition.
Cultural programming. Coming to you through all major broadcasting platforms. Special in-depth coverage from around Kenya. Exclusive reporting from all across Kenya and the continent. Maisha TV presents high-class programming, engaging talk shows from our studios and outside broadcasting on a wide range of issues with trending perspectives.
I'm really asking our guys who are behind the camera to look for that clip and then play that clip.
Tell Kenyan stories you won't hear elsewhere.
Most wicked sight in my life is to see his tongue hanging almost up to here.
Tangu corona ianze mwezi wa 3 tumekuwa na changamoto mingi.
Watching stimulating debates on a hot seat.
I guess. Wait, I don't know. Wait.
Let me tell you about the
No. The latest happenings from around you on Maisha Prime. The Prime talk shows connects us with realities of life. Hivi sasa, looking at your everyday life.
Wazazi wameweza kuwapa uhuru watoto wao
and local business, finance and investment.
Some levels of smuggling of sugar.
Maisha TV digital platform engages users everywhere through multimedia approach technology. A Maisha Television digital platform, your local and continental channel platform where you choose it, watch it and love it.
Hi guys, naitwa Stacy.
Nikipe mapana, eti mwili kujitutumusha, nitakutawanya kabahari.
Hii ni station imegrow very fast na naipenda sana. Mi watch mzuka East Africa.
Vicky Bandes.
Karibu Kanairo, karibu Kenya. Kujani kushova koza wa Kenya. Tuna talanta ya kucheki weather. Iyo jua ni
From Monday to Friday 4 p.m. Show kali sana.
na kusima Stella Rubina na kusima Rubina ya sima
Weni kama pete yangu, pete yangu, pete yangu, pete yangu, weni kama pete yangu.
Knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress in every society, in every family. Nambongo Teachers Training College is now inviting applications from interested and suitable students for Diploma in Primary Teacher Education, DPTE, for 3 years. Upgrade from P1 to Diploma Primary Teacher Education for 9 months. DTE, Diploma Teacher Education Secondary Option. We are now admitting secondary school students from Form 1 to Form 3 entries. Welcome to Nambongo Teachers Training College. Call now 0704 366 140 0704 366 140 for Nambongo Teachers Training College admission. Call us now 0711 574 423 0711 574 423 Nambongo Teachers Training College, Bungoma.
Hello, glad you could join us for this show, Maisha Prime Women Talk, where real women engage. I'm your host, Rida Chibet Karing, and you can join this conversation. We are live on our social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube, Maisha Television Kenya, Instagram and Twitter at Maisha TV KE. You can also send in your text 0746 999 Today we are going to do a unique thing. We've been talking about being an organized woman, women in leadership, the role of a woman as a wife, the role of a woman as a mother. We also talked about being those are just some of the topics that we've been talking about, and following those topics we've received a number of questions from our viewers, and we wish to be advised by Irene Mbubushebi, who is a counselor. Karibu sana Irene.
Asante sana, nashukuru.
Yeah, so today we're going to sample some of the questions that our viewers have been sending in, and they're asking for advice because their marriages are not facing that soft path vile wengi walitarajia, vile waliingia katika hiyo safari. And I'll just be reading some of their questions and you offer them the counseling services.
I'm ready.
Okay, I'll start with the first person who said that you are talking about being an organized woman, but for me I have 3 kids who are very active, destroying things here and there. Most of the time you will get my house messy, and I'm also a working mother, so it becomes harder to be organized all the time. Kindly advise on how to deal with this, because I'm seeing that it is also affecting my husband.
I'm so happy today that people can still engage in such issues, especially the women, because most of the women keep quiet, and this one is not very healthy in their marriages and their role as women. So as we answer this, I would say that it doesn't really seem like if you are an organized woman that everything has to be super or superb. But the thing is, there are times when things cannot really go so well, and especially for her, she's saying she's a working lady, and I know most of the time she's not home, and when she comes home she'll find everything in a mess. So we can't say that she's not organized from the picture that we find immediately that she comes home. But the reality is, if you're this organized woman, it doesn't just seem like you have to make everything perfect in terms of your children are not going to touch on these spreaders and the dishes here and there. They'll do that because they're children, they want to do that. But what we were talking about in reality is somebody who is organized from within her. And you know, when this happens, it means that when somebody gets into your home, you will realize that this is a home that has children. And so these things that I'm seeing is because of the children. But there are other things that when you look at them, for example, when you look at the curtains that somebody is having in the house, the way maybe the utensils are organized in the cabinets in there, you'll know this is an organized woman. It's only that she has children. So we are not talking about a situation or a scenario where everything is in place and the children are in that house. You know, even if you get into such a house, you know that also there's a problem. Because how could we have known that there are those disorganized women and organized women at the same time? So what we're talking about is this person who is really not organized from the inside of them. And what I'm saying in reality is that these are people whom, when you look at other things that maybe the children are not even in a position to touch, you are going to say that, okay, now what's happening? Because like the seats, okay, I know the children are going to dirty the seats and all that stuff, but there are times when this woman will decide and make sure that the seats are cleaned, even if the children will pour in some soda, you know, chai and all that stuff. You can still have some time and then clean them. You know, getting into a house where when you get into that house, it's like you want to do this, you know, you want to make sure you block your nose so that you're not breathing in and out like that, so not fresh. And when you get that smell, you know that it's not for today. It's something that happened long time ago, and so this is a smell that is emanating from the fact that something was done there and it was not cleaned. So what we are saying is that these things can happen, yes, but for that lady I would advise, whenever you get time to clean your home, make sure you clean your house perfectly, and then let the children play. Don't tie them. I know there are those people who now want to put the children there. They are children, they have to play, you know. But what we are saying is that it's something that when somebody gets in and finds there, he'll know or she'll know that, you know, this is something that has happened just because this lady was out, or maybe the children have tampered with things here and there, but it's not that the whole house looks like it's in a mess. All the books are all over, all the sufurias are from the kitchen, and you know, we are talking about that because I know the sufurias, how did the kids get into the sufurias? If there is anything, then it has to be, maybe they are too small cups, you know, all that stuff, maybe the spreaders, if you have spreaders on your seat, maybe the carpet has been dirtified a little bit. You know, I'm talking about that. And that one, even if your husband is concerned about that, she's just a human, I mean, he's just a human being like any other person. He would want to sit in a good environment. And for any other husband also listening to me out there, I know that you understand your wife. You see, sometimes the husbands will react like that, especially when they know who you are. Because I don't think if he knows you are this organized lady, he'll start fuming simply because he's found that children were playing with their cups and all that stuff there. And he also knows that you are out of this house. You know, so there are these things that can be understood, but there are those other things that somebody would want to react upon them because he knows there is a source. There's somewhere that it's coming from. Because even if somebody just peeps into your bedroom, a place where maybe the children are not there, still in a mess. Yeah. So what we are saying in essence is that, okay, for that lady, I would say, whenever you get time to clean your home, just clean her. When you come home and you find everything is all over, because I know even if they're having the house girl and all that stuff, maybe the house girl is not in a position to take care of all that. You know, because sometimes we take this, the young small girls ambao wanatusaidia kazi, or the mama who is old and she's running around with the kids and she's forgotten about every other thing, you know. So what you're going to do immediately you get home, please, you can also try to clean up. And also, we also need to teach our children the other things, because you would find that some children are just grown enough, but still they are doing things that the small babies are supposed to be doing. That's not right. That one, I'm not going to say a yes to that. But anyway, if they're those small kids, we can understand, and then we can also start teaching them what to do, because they'll also be helping us tidying up. There are those kids, when they realize their mama is coming or their daddy is coming, they'll try to tidy up because they know we've messed this place. Wacha tutengeneze, daddy anakuja ama mami anakuja, because they know this is the norm of the home. Lakini kama wamezoea, wanapanda juu ya hizo vikombe wakikuja kukusalimia, you are getting in. Hakuna kitu mami atafanya. Hakuna kitu mami atafanya. Mami pia amezoea, yeye pia atatusaidia kupiga teke hizi vikombe tukiingia the other room. So what we are talking about is in a scenario whereby you understand yourself, everything is put in order. Even if they are tampered with here and there, anybody coming in will know that this is because of the kids who are here. But it's not just like this is the norm of this home. Yeah. So for that lady, if it is really affecting your husband, you know, there's something that we've also been tackling, that is talking to your partner. Sometimes just keeping quiet na unajua that is what inamsumbua. Because I know the moment you are commenting like that, you realize that that is the problem. So what you have to do is also communicate. You know, you can talk to him when you feel he can listen to you, so that you can get to understand. But you don't take it for granted that now nishamwambia ashaelewa. Hapana. Also work hard on your end.
Wow, thank you so much. I think that our viewers gotten that advice. And I will go to the second question, which is say that she says that I am organized, like my house is clean. I cook for my husband. Some of the roles that you said is the role of a wife.
Yeah.
I cook for my husband, but that bond between us is not strong the way it used to be. What could I be doing wrong?
Yeah. So that calls for a proper check of everything, because when we're talking about an organized woman, organized home, everything clean, sparkling clean, as they say, it doesn't end there, because I don't think if the home is clean, that's enough. We need much more than that. And I know for women, most of the time, when the kids start getting in, as in we are having our kids, we try so much to drift our attention to the children, and we forget about the husband. You know, and he will feel it, because you know, most of the time you get home, it's like the only people you are hugging are the children, and then that is the end of it. Umeishia kwa jikoni kutafuta wamekula wamefanya nini, you know. And this is somebody ulikuwa ukitoka nje, you come, this is the person you find at home. And so you also have to think about these things. Don't you know, bury your head into the issue of the children totally and forget about the husband. So I know it's something that can really affect a family and a marriage at that. If you're going to drift your attention into other things, because I know when the children come, they come out with a lot of responsibilities. Because as I'm saying, you know, when you get in, you find your house is like that. You'd want to take care of the house first before you even think, where is my husband? Maybe he came like 2 hours ago. He's like, where is my wife? You've come, you are in the sitting room and the kitchen, you're operating, and the children's room, you know, that is where you're operating. You're trying to put everything in order. But let us also think about this. Yeah, that, you know, this is somebody who has been part of us. And in fact, not just part of us, he's been so much close to you as the wife. And now it comes to a point whereby your attention is drifted into other things. As she's saying, I understand. Everything is clean. It means she's really working hard to see that everything is clean. And it doesn't end there. And that's why we are told as women, we are given responsibilities to, you know, make sure that everything, we check on everything. So you have to work a little bit smarter than you usually work, because you have to take care of those kids, the environment of the home, the food in the kitchen, and also the husband, which is basically what you need to do. So you can do the rough cleaning here and then make sure he's okay. Yeah, but if you put all your attention on these things, it will be, whom are you doing them for? Because he'll not even be seeing those things. He still wants to, you know, have that, you know, the closer relationship that you're having. And that is what she's calling the bonding. So that might be the case. And I know there are so many reasons that might be another problem. Because maybe you're getting home late from work. You have to talk about this. Let him know. If you're going to come late, please, can you make a call? Are you home? I'm not home yet because of A, B, C, D, you know. I know somebody will tell me, whenever you tell him, he'll start throwing words at you, sending you text messages. He'll be doing all this, but at the back of his mind, he knows you told him you're going to be home late. And so, please, wherever you are, make sure you're doing the right thing. You know, some of us also, we do this and then, we unapitia huko kwa soko ukipiga story na wamama, and you told your husband you'll be home late. Simply, kama ilikuwa ni kwenda kununua mboga, just rush to the market, take the mboga, then go home, you know. Instead of now getting to the market, making stories, and remember you had texted your husband that I'm coming home late, yeah, and you're coming home even later, you know. So it's because of you. So what we are saying is that women, you know, we just have a lot to do. But we can do it. That's what I've usually been saying, that we can do it. Because God has given us that, you know, ability to do so many things at the same time. So we can do all these things and make sure that we are in the right place at the right moment, doing the right thing.
Yeah, so the women should not only focus on maybe cleaning, making sure that they're organized, playing their role as the wives, like cooking and doing whatever. There's some other things also that
remember, you are still the wife to this husband. And where everything started, I think even these things you are cleaning, they came after you two people met. So if you're going to only clean these things, it means that these things are more important. But what came first? It's you and your husband. So remember that part. You have to really remember it most of the time. I know, speaking from a woman's point of view, it's not a very easy thing. And sometimes we usually just say that, you know, he will understand. And that is where everything starts getting slower and slower and slower. She's saying the bond is now getting, you know, apart. So what we are saying in essence is that, yeah, I know it's a lot for us, but we can still do it because we are given the ability to do that. And this one also comes by, you know, being, I've just said, being a little bit smarter. And that the Bible talks about it as being wise. Because we are told, if you're not wise, you're going to break your home with your own hands. What they are saying in essence is that, you know, there are things that you need to do. Sometimes you look at them and you feel that somebody should just understand, but they need not to understand. You need to understand much more. Because we are told those people who have understanding are the people who are wise. So if you know, if you're going to have understanding, it means you're going to be wise, and that means you're not going to break your home. So whatever might be causing that bond to drift, please, can you look into it? Because I know you know it. I know from where I sit, I know. Women, we realize what would be making our husband not to feel very comfortable with how our relationship is taking another course.
Wow, and now the next question is from a man, and he's a husband. He says that my wife is good, yes, she's organized, does everything perfect, but the way she addressed me really turns me off because I feel like she's not respecting me as the man of the house. I think that you should also tackle that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Man. I know. That's good of you. You know, not so many men would want to do that. But it's good. It's good to speak out, and it's good to air this out so that people can know where also problems come from. Yes, we can be doing all these things. And as I said, even our men know that we might be organized and all that. But there's something more than that. Don't, you know, as he's saying, he's just put it out. You are addressing him like he's not the man of the house. And as we did say, we were talking about those women in leadership and all that stuff. So sometimes we are put in positions, and even our men put us in positions where we feel we are also people in that home. You know, if you get that good man who will want to put you in a place where he feels you are just a human being as he is, and he treats you like that special part of him. And maybe if this is done to you, you start taking advantage of the same, and now you start feeling you are the everything in that home. Please don't address that man not in the right way. Because if you read even about these women who are in the, I like applying the word of God every other day. So if you read about these women who are in the Bible, you find that maybe they were going through some stuff because of the men, but what they were doing is, most of the time you'll find them addressing their men as my Lord, which is something, you know, some of us, it's not very easy for us to do it today. But that is to say that the place of a man was put as the place of a man, despite anything that he might have done. Because I know we are human beings, when we sit together, we'll have 1, 2, 3 things happening. But still, if you put that person in his place, as we did say here, respect is the basis of everything. You know, you have to respect this person. And in return, you'll get that respect. But if you're not going to respect him, talking to him like, you know, he's one of your kids. Because, you know, as I did say, if you start drifting your attention to the children so much, you find that everybody in the house looks like the child. Sasa unawaongelesha kama watoto mpaka the husband. You've forgotten this is my husband. So please, you can make everything good. But if you're not going to put that husband in his place in terms of he is the head of that home, then you're going to lose it all. Because hata hiyo usafi atakuwa naiona. He doesn't feel like he's in his, because they feel they are in their kingdom. So if a king is in his kingdom and then he's not being addressed as the king, what will happen? He'll kill everybody in that kingdom, my friend. So if you're that woman and maybe you're not addressing your man as you're supposed to address him, then know that you're messing it all up. Because he's the master of that home. Whether you like it or not, he might be a drunkard, he's not. But the thing remains, mtu akimwona huko nje anasema that is so and so's husband. Hata vile wewe unaweza mchukua, hata pengine huwa anajikojolea kama amelewa. That is your secret back at home. But the thing is, can you please take this man as he is? Hata kama huwa anajifanya hivyo, Mungu alikupa na ulishakubaliana naye. Inaweza kuwa this thing started when you were already in your marriage. Maybe it was not there. But because you are already there, what are you going to do? You're not going to just back off. Yeah? It's like maybe you are going into a battle. If you're going into a battle or war, something like that, is it that you are going to back off because things are tough? No, you are going to get tougher. So when I'm saying getting tougher, it doesn't mean that talking to him like you want it to be known it's getting tough. No, the thing is, please address him as the man of the house.
Yeah, so and there's also this thing of ego. Unapata that mwanamke yuko na hiyo ego. Utaniambia nini, uwe ni kama nani?
Yeah, that's still wrong. I think we did address that also here, and we said that, you know what, things might not be so good, but one thing remains. If you want a good thing, please do another good thing. We are always told 2 wrongs don't make a right. So if this man might be provoking you maybe to be who you are, or maybe whatever you're saying is because of the man, maybe he's doing things that are not right, and you're also still doing things that are not right, my friend, things are not going to add up. Can we please get somebody, and that somebody is not going to be any other person, you the woman. And as I said, if you do something good, even God in heaven is seeing what you're doing. I know this is a point where we collide with so many women because they're telling me, no, you are not serious. Do you know what I'm going through? And do you know that man? I tell them I don't know that man because I don't know him. But the thing is, the only thing I know is that if you're going to do the right thing, then this right thing will lead you into a right position. Whether it's a good position in terms of this man changing, or maybe you finding peace within you to continue living with him, because I know those are some of the things that lead up to the breakup of a marriage. So if you cannot put with it, then it means ultimately you'll get out of that marriage. But if you're going to find a way through it, you know, you are going to cross that bridge. But otherwise, if not, then you'll remain on this other end. That's truly speaking. You know, hata kama umepitia kwa njia ambayo hujui njia ni gani. Sometimes you maneuver, unaona the other end, but you don't know how to go about it. You'll always look through. Hata kama ni kwa vichaka you go through, and it's not very good going through vichaka when you are going through an open path. So the thing is, things might not be like you wanted them to be, but can you look for a way? And that way is also something that we talked about here. Seeking God to help you, because I know the strength to do this is not your own strength. If you want to do it by your own strength, you won't do it. You will never. By the way, I'm telling you, even if you are schooled enough and all that stuff, you will not make it. The thing is, can you seek God, who is the creator of even of that guy? He's going to talk to him. He's going to also give you the peace to go through this, and you'll go through it.
Yeah, and kuna wanawake wengine ambao watasema the mistake is not mine, mistake ni yake. Ni yeye ndio maybe ananifanya niongee hivyo, nimjibu hivyo, nifanye hivyo. Utazamwambia nini mtu kama huyo?
Let it be maybe once in a while. Pengine amekumtapile mbaya sana, unaweza ongea hivyo. Lakini sasa if you get what that guy is saying, it's like something that has been happening every other time. And a problem again with us women is wakikupatia nafasi ya kusema iwe tu ni siku moja, siku ile ingine pia utaongezea. So that is the biggest problem. So the thing is, can you all the same, can you just avoid it? Kama unasikia tulikuwa, I don't know if I talked about it here. But kama unasikia sana umechoka, ukiona mambo inaanza kuiva sana, enda kunywa maji, and don't measure that maji, just let it be there. Somebody is talking and then you're like, I know some of us will be beaten because of that, because it looks rude, but it's a way out sometimes, because what you could have spoken
inabaki kwa mdomo.
Yeah, inabaki hapo ndani. But again, something else that I'm talking about in terms of this is that, what is it that is your content? Because for you to talk like that, for you to start throwing words at somebody, what is it that is within you? Because you know, there are some of us, I don't know, there are some people whom hii mambo ya matusi hawajui. Kwa hivyo kuongea maneno ya matusi inakuwa ngumu sana. Kwa hivyo maybe anaweza ongea tu generally, lakini mambo ya kutusi mtu bila nafanana kutoka kwa kichwa mpaka kwa mguu, kirudi hivyo juu chini, I think some of us, we just don't know how to do this. But what you're going to do is make sure that what is in you, that is your content, is something that is right, so that whenever you try to speak, because the Bible talks about something that is full inside somebody is what comes out. So make sure that what is within you is right. And that's where I was talking about the groups that we are also engaging with. Hizo mama sweetie, and I don't know where we go. And then we sit there and people talk, and we are getting those things inside of us. And then we start digesting them. And then they are ready to be put out. Inakaa kama sumu ya nyoka. So the moment somebody just talks to you, unakumbuka vile mama mwingine alikuambia ametukana bwana yake, mpaka majirani wakatoka nje. So you also want to bring the same sin. So please, if you find yourself in such a situation where you are sitting with people who are wrong, always they talk things that hata wewe, because hakuna mtu anaweza niambia is a grown up or she's a grown up na ajui kama wenye nao ni wabaya. And the moment you're sitting with the wrong people, you will always get in the wrong things. We know it. Hata tukikaa mahali kama hapa, and then this place is like the air around is not good, we'll inhale that wrong air. Now utaanza kusema tumbo imefura, tumbo is like, you know, because it was the environment we were in. So that is the same thing with what we get inside of us. So who are you sitting with? Who are you listening to? So those things will matter a lot, because the moment you take in a lot of poison, that is what you're going to bring out. But if you take in the right things, you talk to the right people, you always listen to the right people, you'll always find that whenever you want to speak, you'll always be speaking the right things. Hata kama huyo husband wako ndio mbaya, amekuprovoke kusema hivyo, please remember first that I'm a woman in this house. Hata kama wewe ni mkubwa wake kule kazini, first think that, remember that you are the woman of the house and he's the husband at the head of the same house. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much. In case you're tuning in, this is Maisha Prime Women Talk, where real women engage. And I'm joined by Irene Mumbo Bushebi, who is a counselor, and she is offering counseling to some of the people who are facing some difficulties in their marriages. You can send in your comment on Facebook or YouTube. Comment here, Facebook or YouTube, Maisha Television Kenya, Instagram and Twitter at Maisha TV KE. You can also send in your comment on our number, that is 0746 999 841. We are going for a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
Local news should live to your expectations. It should be reliable and most definitely accurate, keeping it local and giving you the facts, especially the breaking. That's why at Maisha Television Kenya, we value, we inform you, educate you and advocate for your views. Trusted news, trusted sources, trusted dissemination of information. That's why there is nothing more important to us than getting it right. Maisha Television News, we are here for you. Maisha TV, the Kenyan channel pushing information to Kenyan viewers through digital television platforms.
Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television
News.
Thank you for choosing Maisha Television for this broadcast.
Information.
The classes were in a poor condition.
Cultural programming. Coming to you through all major broadcasting platforms. Special in-depth coverage from around Kenya. Exclusive reporting from all across Kenya and the continent. Maisha TV presents high-class programming, engaging talk shows from our studios and outside broadcasting on a wide range of issues with trending perspectives.
I'm really asking our guys who are behind the camera to look for that clip and then play that clip.
Telling Kenyan stories you won't hear elsewhere.
The most wicked sight in my life is to see his tongue hanging almost up to here.
Tangu corona ianze mwezi wa 3 tumekuwa na changamoto mingi.
Watching stimulating debates on a hot seat.
I guess. Wait, I don't know. Wait.
Let me tell you about the settlement.
No. The latest happenings from around you on Maisha Prime. The Prime talk shows connects us with realities of life. Hivi sasa, looking at your everyday life.
Wazazi wameweza kuwapa uhuru watoto wao
and local business, finance and investment.
Some levels of smuggling of sugar.
Maisha TV digital platform engages users everywhere through multimedia approach technology. The Maisha Television digital platform, your local and continental channel platform where you choose it, watch it and love it. If you're a business person, a trader, or anyone who wants to sell something for money, you have to advertise your products and services. Maisha TV is your best and affordable platform to market your business. We have over 50,000 Facebook likes, 1 million viewers watching us. We have daily news, highly visited website, and so if you advertise with us, we simply put your products or services to over 2 million people across all our platforms. Seriously, if you want to make money, you must market your business. Let's do the marketing and you get your money. Call us now 0746 999 841. That is 0746 999 841. Or write to info@maishatv.co.ke. Just choose it, watch it and love it. Knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress in every society, in every family. Nabongo Teachers Training College is now inviting applications from interested and suitable students for Diploma in Primary Teacher Education, DPTE, for 3 years. Upgrade from P1 to Diploma Primary Teacher Education for 9 months. DTE, Diploma Teacher Education Secondary Option. We are now admitting secondary school students from Form 1 to Form 3 entries. Welcome to Nabongo Teachers Training College. Call now 0704 366 140, 0704 366 140 for Nabongo Teachers Training College admission. Call us now 0711 574 423, 0711 574 423 na Bongo Teachers Training College, Bungoma.
5 is the number of grace. The Lord esteems us greatly, even when we were dead in sin. So when we confess Him as the Lord and Savior, we are brought back to the kingdom. Let us embrace the spirit of sonship, understanding the perfect will of the Father is that He loves us. Our enemy is the devil. When the devil attacks, counter-attack by running to the Lord. He's our fortress, He's our shield. So attack back by going unto the Lord.
Knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress in every society, in every family. Bongo Teachers Training College is now inviting applications from interested and suitable students for Diploma in Primary Teacher Education, DPTE, for 3 years. Upgrade from P1 to Diploma Primary Teacher Education for 9 months. DTE, Diploma Teacher Education Secondary Option. We are now admitting secondary school students from Form 1 to Form 3 entries. Welcome to Bongo Teachers Training College. Call now 0704 366 140, 0704 366 140 for Bongo Teachers Training College admission. Call us now 0711 574 423, 0711 574 423 na Bongo Teachers Training College, Bungoma.
As a wife, and also the role of a woman as a mother. And we are going through the comments, and now I'm going to the fourth question. And a certain woman is saying that men are naturally polygamous, so should we just do all these things to them even if they're unfaithful? Because according to the way you are addressing, it's like women are just supposed to be, as in ufanye kile ambacho inahitajika ufanye. Hiyo ni role yako. So hata kama yuko faithful, to treat hivyo hivyo.
What are we going to do? At the end of the day, you know, you tell somebody like me that you're now having to leave your home and go. I'm like, no, how do I go and start another family somewhere, you know? So, okay, I know these are things that are a little bit complicated, but we've seen them even through history, that so many women have lived with this. I say this with a lot of, you know, quotes here there, because I know so many women will not agree with this. But the thing is, that's exactly what you're going to do. Because if I tell you no, then I'm telling you to go where? Where are you going to start another? And which, you just said it. Men are polygamous naturally. That other man you are going to, is he not? Yeah, we know we have a very few number of men who might really want to live their life as they are. That is because they want to be good men. Citing out his, I mean, the question that was given, because men, as they say, they're polygamous. The Bible talks about the same somehow. But the thing is, once you're a woman there, I think what we are going to fight for is let you be the number one woman. I would advise you so. Usichukulie kwamba men, you know, men are polygamous and so you just walk in the fifth woman and you're just there. No, I'm not for that. Because even if you're talking about men are polygamous, who are making them to be polygamous?
Women.
Yes. So the problem still lies with us. Kama tutapata tu wale wanawake wameamua, mtu akikuja kuongea na wewe na unajua ni bwana ya mtu, ambia yeye toka hapa. I'm not listening to what you say. But here we are. You know very well. You know, sometimes I wonder. Because hata tuko na wewe kwa nyumba hapa, pengine my own sister. This is my husband and he talks to you and you. Your friend. So when men are polygamous, the problem is the women. So if you are going to stop this and do the right thing, unless ulidanganywa, na pia ukidanganywa siku ile umefind out, toka ni kana kwamba una heal.
But you know, some men, ukiwa approach, they will cite even the Bible. You'll see like Solomon had many wives, David the same.
Was there anything good with this man in terms of marriage? Just look at it. It's the Bible, yes. But look at it. That is where the rain started beating them. The moment you added the second one, because the women are the problem. Because the moment they come, kila mtu anakujanga na ya kwao. Kwa hivyo akikuja na ya kwao, sasa wewe kichwa yako ni ya kuroll tu. Huyu amesema hivi, huyu ameleta ya huku. Sasa that man is not settled and he'll never be settled. In fact, he'll die a very desperate man. So for men, please, I'm also telling you, we might be the problem, but you are the bigger problems. Because if you see, if you look at it, even if you want to cite the Bible, what really happened to these men who are having women? They had issues. Unasikia kwamba miungu ilianza kuingia katika nyumba ya so and so because of these women. Kila mtu alikuja na mungu wa kwao. Wewe utaabudu miungu mingapi? You are here today, we want to go, we are 7th day. The following day we going on Sunday. So you'll be going to church every day. My friend, because you have those women. So every day wale wanaenda kushiriki Wednesday, unasonga huko Tuesday, unaenda na wao. So you see how you are becoming a servant to these women. Na siku moja wanaweza kukuchapa nani. So for men, please, okay. That's a story for
but I think that I support your point. I think that the problem also is us women, because it's us who make them polygamous. And I'll go to the next question. And this lady is saying that I'm afraid to get pregnant because I feel like my husband will shift his attention to other women.
That's a good one. Yeah, most probably. If you fear that, it will happen. But if you're confident in what you're doing, it will never happen. Why am I saying this? I know most of these women, or most of us women, when we are expecting, we become like we are living in our own world. But remember, your world ceased to be your own world the moment you got married. So your world will have to be your world and your husbands and your children, and you have to run this world. You see? So this is to say, when you are expecting, it doesn't mean that it's a time that you've taken a break. No, we never take breaks. Pengine tutakutana na Mungu kwa tumuulize kwa nini. But for now, let me advise you, we never take breaks. So if you know you are this kind of woman who takes breaks because you are expecting, ataenda. But if you know you have to keep him here, then keep him here. Because you have to do the exact things you used to do even before you are pregnant. This is to say the pregnancy is not going to stop you from anything. I know you are telling me I'm moody, I'm all this. It is all conceived in your mind. The moment you want to clear up your mind and remain that good woman, you are going to be. But if you start saying that, you know, wale wa mama wa mimba wanakuanga na attitude, wanakuanga na nini, na wewe pia umebebana tu na hizo vitu ukaziweka kwa akili yako, zitakusumbu. Na saa zile unasumbukana nazo, he is getting his good time out there. So please, even when you are expecting, this is what we are also told. And we had to somehow find our way. I told you, even if it means going through the bush, you are going through the bush looking for where to get the path. You know, so that is where we go about, that is how we go about it. So the thing is, every other woman has been there. So what you're going to do, can you talk to those ones whom you think have always been there and their husbands have never run away? Or maybe even if they went away, they realize they need to come back. So something about pregnant women, please, can you be smart? You know, kuna kuga na watu wengine akishashika mimba ukimwangalia hata sasa unashanga. Ana mbele, ana
I saw someone posting that for God's sake, you are pregnant, you're not mad. unapata amewachilia nywele, amevaa shati kubwa, as in she's just there.
She's just there.
What will make your man stay there? Nini na attract? Nothing.
So that's what we are saying. You're not mad, you're pregnant. Yes, that's very true. I think that's the advice we need to give, because for sure, if you're expecting, it doesn't mean that your world has broken loose. You know, you're still here. You have to live your life. Can you be smart? You know, wake up early. Because pregnant women tend to think that they have to wake up late. Who told you? Wake up early. Anza kujishughulisha, utakuwa active. Lakini the moment unaendelea kulala ndio vile unaendelea kuwa lazy. And imagine through the day mpaka imefika saa 8 ndio sasa wewe unaamka. My friend, you are in big trouble. Because when that man comes back in the house ni saa 10 jioni na wewe ndio sasa unachukua breakfast. Na umejua vile unachukua breakfast? Hiyo stocking. Who told you to be sleeping with those stockings kwa zimetoa matuta zimetokea huku zimechomoka ni kama uko na pembe. You look like a ng'ombe in the house and you know you're supposed to be somebody's wife. How is it going to add up? So the thing is, even if you're pregnant, be smart. Again, make sure that your obligations are fulfilled. Nobody's going to fulfill. And by the way, if you are going not to fulfill them, somebody's going to help you out there.
Yeah, and I think that's what she was worried. Yeah.
Yeah. So please, make sure you are fulfilling your assignments. How? Don't ask me. You'll come pole pole. Because we have to somehow, yeah. You know, and we are lucky enough sometimes when we are in the church, because these women, and as the Bible says, the elderly women will advise the young women. We are sometimes advised about how to go about this, because otherwise, for sure, if you think of yourself, unaka kama kamlima Mount Elgon, seriously speaking. But anyway, at the end of the day, there's somebody who is going to help you how to go about all this, because you need to go about it, because otherwise utawachwa hapo na kutakuwa na mshikaji, na pengine hawezi kuwa mbali, anaweza kuwa house girl kama dada yako. And I tell you, sasa umeongeza stress, unaingiza pressure, sijui zinaingizwa nini, mtoto mwenyewe utambeba namna gani, kufika kwenda kuzaa ni ngumu. Unaona? So please, unaweza punguza hizi stresses by doing what needs to be done. And if you don't know what needs to be done, then that's where the trouble is, because even the Bible talks about it. If you lack knowledge, you will be destroyed. Kwa hivyo wakati mwingine kukosa ufahamu na maarifa itakuangamiza. So please, can you try to find out how you can do this? And this is something that when we're talking about being wise, a wise woman, the Bible generalizes that as a wise woman, is to say that sometimes you go beyond yourself just to see to it that the right things are done, that is to say. So you make sure that those things that need to be done must be done. I know they might be a little bit hectic, you know, but can you find a way of how to doing them? Because otherwise somebody is going to help you. So utakosa kuzaa watoto, unasema unaogopa kushika mimba, tena
atataka mtoto.
Yeah, sasa that is another issue again. So he'll go out there and he'll get that one who knows how to be smart when she's expectant. And when everybody sees her, she's looking smart. Na wewe huku umejiogopesha tisiwezi za kwa sababu my husband will run. He is already out there. Yes, and the out one is expecting. Na hapo ndio polygamy yenye mlikuwa mnauliza inatokezea. Because now what do we do?
Wow, such a good point. I think I'll just insist on being smart. You are pregnant, you're not mad. Tafadhali jitengeneze, enda hata salon, tengeneza nywele. Si ati ukiwa uko na mimba, sasa unaweka zile matuta, hiyo stock inasema, unakaa tu funny. Just be smart if you want to not to make your husband go away.
And also, I would want to talk to the husband as well. Please, you can cheer us up. You know, sometimes we pia ukiamka unakaanga aje. You know, you make me feel like the whole world is on me. Now, what am I going to do? So please, you cheer me up. You can get some clothes for me to. You know, there's something with women. If a man, your husband especially, tells you to put on that cloth, it looks nice on you. Hata kama mtu atasema hii nguo inakutoa aje, wewe utakuwa unaivaa tu. There was a lady I used to wonder, she kept on putting on that. Mpaka siku moja mimi nikamuuliza madhe, ai na hii nguo yako unaipenda? Akaniambia ni baba nani ndio anaipenda, si mimi. So that's when I realized, okay, so when you're told this is good, hata kama inakutoa hivi, you just put it on. So put it on. So please men, you can psych us up. Can you tell me put on this, or you bring me something that you know looks good on me? You know, all that stuff. But if also you are also going to look at me like nimekaa kama Zinjanthropus, my friend.
Well, and now the next question is connected to the one before this one. And she's saying that, actually he's saying that, kindly talk about communication in marriages and relationships. I think that is what determines if it will be a success or not?
Yeah, communication, I think we talked about it some time here. Communication is very key in every other relationship, I would say that. Because if you're not going to talk to each other, then you'll never know what the other person needs. So in marriage, it's very key and it is a must somehow. Because I know it is in this same marriage where people decide not to communicate. And they started because I really don't think if the two of you came together, if you never communicated. Yeah, now that is the time when you used to communicate even with your eyes. Your eyes would communicate. But this is a time when you are here, you're supposed to communicate with your voices, you are communicating with your pens. Somebody writes a note, puts it there. Siku hizi kuna simu, text messages. Please, can you put those things aside and start where you started? But how dare you? You started communicating. Where did the communication went? Because now, why are you not communicating? Because you will not do anything. Hata hiyo marriage yenu haingekuwa kama mngekuwa mnaongea. And so you are bringing in small issues that sijui aliniambia nini mimi sitaongea naye. Na hiyo siku alikwambia nini na mkaongea naye bado. Yes. So the thing is, even if it puts you where, the thing that you're not going to stop doing is communicating. Whether you like it or not. Ninajua kuna wakati unasikia umefura, somebody was saying, ati anasikia ni kama amebeba nyundo kwa moyo wake. Ili kwamba akianza kuongea ni kama hiyo nyundo itagonga mwenye anaongelesha. Yes, sometimes you can feel like that, but please, communication is not going to stop. Because if you stop at anything, then that marriage will never move on. Because for us to move from one step to another, we have to communicate. And even if that communication is not going to be right, then it's the issue that the communication is not right can only be made right by communication. If you stop communicating, because like the other person was telling us that the wife is talking to her like she's not addressing him well. The thing is, this man has to really sit the wife down. Muitane kwa mkutano hapa wewe na yeye. Something is not right. Yes, tutaongea nikuambie kwa nini wewe nikikuuliza hiyo glass inafanya nini hapa unanijibu kama hiyo glass inafanana na kichwa yangu. Sometimes women we are funny. Mtu anakuuliza na hiyo glass imeshinda hapa the whole day. Ati hiyo ni kwani inakaa kama kichwa changu. Because you're meaning you are not supposed to take it there because it doesn't look like you. So can you please call that lady? Let her come. Umwambie mama watoto ibuka hapa. We want to talk about this. Because I've seen of late you're not addressing me well. The way you used to address me. I don't know where I went wrong. What did I do wrong? Nilikukosea wapi? Kwa nini tunaongeleshana hivi vibaya? You see, once you do that, hata ule mtu alikuwa anakuongelesha vibaya ata realize, na kweli yenyewe nilikuwa nikiongea mambo, please nisamee. But if you're going to keep quiet, wewe pia on your end unasema, huyu ananiongelesha vibaya. Na ule pia anajua, wacha ashike hapo. Umejua, sasa the battle is going on, but it's going on silently. A silent war is very bad. It's called Cold War. Siku ile ina erupt, kila mtu atajua. Kwa hivyo, the thing is, communication is very, and it is a must. In a marriage, I'm not saying that it's just important. It is a must. We must communicate. And I know there are times you don't want even to see him. Wacha na kuongea. Utaki hata kumuona, ama yeye hataki kukuona. But na hizo zote, wacha tufike mahali ambapo tutaitana na tukubali. And the moment you're calling each other, you call each other on a point that one thing still remains. Ambayo nilisema, it's love. And as I said, love is this something that is very painful. But we have to deal with it. That is to say, mtu anaweza kuwa amekukosea mpaka kweli vile nasema, yani hata ukimuita unaangalia huko. Angalia tu huko, lakini ile upendo umejua iko hapo. Kwa hivyo huyu ni mtu ninampenda. Kwa hivyo hata kama amenichosha hivyo, wacha niangalie tu huko mpaka vile ataongea vizuri, sasa nirudi niangalie huko. Unajua? So that is to say that it's not very easy, but we are going to do it because that love still remains between us. Yeah, so communication must be done in a marriage. If the moment we just stop communicating, ukiona tu marriage yako amuongee, ujue hiyo marriage yako inakufa. Imeanza kuconvulse. Ina faint ikirudi. Sasa tafadhali tafuta resuscitator. Rudisha polepole uangalie vile tunaweza anza kuongea juu ya mambo haya na maongezi yaendelee. Yakikoma tu we are dead.
Wow, and now our last question, because I'm seeing that also our time is almost up, is a question that many people have really been asking. And it's one of the key, I can say, one of the main things that holds the marriage together. You've tackled most parts in marriage, but you have never talked about sex in marriage. I think that women need to be given direction on how to keep their marriage sex life consistent to their husbands, because most of them ignore that part, and that is the main reason men become unfaithful.
In fact, I would say men and women, they should be talked to. Yeah, this one is something that is not very easy. And not many people know about it. You know, unaweza pata watu wanagombana kwa hii nyumba, walianzia kwa glass ya maji, lakini sio hiyo glass. Shida yao kabisa imetokea kwa bedroom. So the moment your bedroom is not healthy, sex life is it's what brings you people together. Hata hii communication tunaongelea, because if you're not communicating so that you can have that sex that you need to have, you're not going to communicate to kutoa chai jikoni iletwe kwa meza. Kwa hivyo ilianzia kwa bedroom. Ukiona mtu sasa aendangi jikoni lakini siku hiyo ametembea kaenda jikoni, hawakuongea kwa bedroom wakati wa sex. So it's like, how can I talk to this one? Let me just go ende. Akifika huko anapata huyu hajapika chai. Sasa mkikuja hapa mtafikiria shida ni chai. Shida si chai. We never communicated in the bedroom, and we didn't have sex. The moment we don't have, because this is, you know, and that is why it is very key. It is something that God himself did. And it is only for, I'm saying this, najua watoto wa shule mnaniangalia. I'm saying it is for marriage, my friend, please. And if you're not in marriage, ujue unamkosea Mungu, because this is something that God designed for marriage. And not for anybody outside marriage. So if you know you're outside marriage, I'm not talking to you. Can you please go somewhere else? Okay, so what I'm saying is that sex was meant for marriage, and this is what brings the husband and the wife together. The moment they don't have a healthy sex life, hata wajaribu kununuane ma TV kubwa kubwa, magari wako nazo kubwa, hizo vitu haziwafaidi. Heri wawache walale kwa box na waanze kurudisha maisha yao ya sex pamoja kwanza. But the moment that one is, and as he really did put it well, women sisi ndio watu tunasahau, because as I said, it starts the time you are expecting. Ulikuwa na mimba ukasema mimi mtu asinisumbue 9 months. 9 months. Kweli wewe 9 months mwanaume na amekuwa kiishi hapa na he is having sex, and now you want to tell him to stay here for 9 months. I tell you he's going to look for somebody else. Unless he's this person who is really determined, and he has this thing we're talking about in terms of love. That is, love is something that you can really sacrifice for another person. You see that. But if he's not, which most of men are not, they are never ready. And that's why unaona Biblia inasisitiza sana wanaume mpende wake zenu, because it's something it's very rare within them. So the Bible still insists on it. Can men love their wives? And then the wives, we are given the responsibility of submitting. That is what Ephesians talks about. So I'm saying that, you know, once sex life is not addressed well, now women, sisi huwa tunasahau. The moment you're expecting, you say 9 months, can you sit behind? And then ukishazaa huyo mtoto pia unasema mimi bado ni mgonjwa, you stay there another. So it is a year end, and you are continuing, and you get used to not having your husband around. And him also, he's found his way of, you know, satisfying himself. Hapo ndio penye hiyo ndoa imeisha. Kwa hivyo sex is very important, and it is also a must, as I did say, communication is. Because if you're not going to have sex in this house, every other thing is broken, because that is the point of bringing together everything that you have in this house and in this home, because that's what brings everything. Hata watoto wenu, the moment you're not having sex, watoto wenu hawaelewi, hao pia wako tu hapo, because it's something that controls each and everything that starts with you. So if you're going to stop it, women, vile wamesema, ujue umestop kila kitu kwa nyumba yako ya Iran. Hata kama unangangana unafanya biashara, ati mimi after all ninafanya biashara yangu, niko na pesa. Hizo pesa ni bure hapo. Hakuna kitu itakusaidia. Na can you go back na muendelee ku have sex? The moment you stop having sex, hizo pesa ziko tu hapo na haziwasaidii. Because anything you do with that money is useless. Yes. So it's something that has to be done, because that is what God intended it to be. Because he said this is for pleasure for the two people who are married. So imagine you're taking away the pleasure that was created by God himself away from somebody. Yes. Then you know, wewe ni kama ile kitu walisema ati kitu isikuje kati ya watu wawili waliowekwa pamoja. Kwa hivyo kama wewe mwanamke ndio umeamua kukuja kati yenu tena nyinyi wawili, shauri yako, because wewe mwenyewe una put each other apart. And I think even you read the letters of Paul is addressing this in a very open way also, because I know women kama ni sisi watu tumeokoka ati mimi naomba ati sasa mimi usinisumbue. I remember just when I got married, another lady, because I'm talking about this elderly ladies who are supposed to advise the young lady. So there was this elderly lady who was telling me that, you know what, when it is Saturday, you're supposed to go to church on Sunday, never have sex with your husband. I said, okay, I didn't read that in the Bible, because my Bible tells me that if we want to have, if we don't want to have sex, the two of us, we have to communicate and tell each other why. You know, but this is somebody coming in telling me that, you know what, on Sunday ati kwa sababu nenda that is not a defilement. How does it defile me if this is the reason why God brought me to him? It's only defilement if this is somebody's husband, or wewe mtoto mwenye hujaolewa usiende you know. But if I'm married to this man, this is the consummation of our marriage. That's what the Bible says. So I cannot stop at anything, because the moment, see, I'm not having sex with him in the morning, he wakes up to go to church, anapata ule dada amekaa mbele na ameinua mapaja zake ameweka huku na skati ni fupi. Akifika hapo sasa ako confused, all the words are gone. Because huku alinyimwa, huku kila kitu iko hapo nje. What is he going to do now? And that is where majaribio. Alafu mnaanza kusema pastor wenu hana shida, mke wake ndiye ameleta shida.
And also there are other women who use sex kama tool.
Yes.
Unapata that ulinikosea. Sasa mwanamume alinikosea, so akikuja akipisha unasema
ulinikosea, ujisort. Hey, atajisort. The goodness with men is, hata mimi huyu bibi ya pastor nikutane na mwanaume ametoka kwa nyumba ya mwanamke mwingine, sina hata nguvu ya kumwambia kwani unatoka tu hapa, lakini akiwa mwanamke tutaitana, umetoka kwa nyumba, nani amekwambia? But for men it's like something we look from afar. We really have to look for ways of coming in, because as somebody did cite there, they are polygamous naturally. Kwa hivyo ni kama ni kitu kingine wamewachiliwa tu kufanya, but wajue pia Mungu atawauliza, because God did say kwa mke wako. Mjue huyo, na ukishamjua imetosha. That's what the Bible talks about. Yeah? So wataulizwa pia na Mungu wakienda huko. Lakini sasa shida pia ni sisi wenyewe. So yes, wakati unatumia that sex as something to punish your husband, know that you are also in for it. Na bado hakuna kitu utafanyiwa. Ukitaka ufanyiwe kile ulitaka kufanyiwa, can you please surrender to your husband? Everything you want, heaven and earth will come down. Yes. But the moment you think, wewe kichwa yako fupi inakwambia ati I'm going to punish him through sex, he's going to look for that sex. He's going to look for that sex out there, and he'll be more satisfied. Atakuwa anakuja na kuangalia na sema, okay, but you are punishing me. Can you continue? Mimi naenda ball. Atafika hata kwa ball. He's just next door. Wewe wacha weenda. Ameenda. I was reading something in the book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 5, and it was telling me about this lady whom the husband came late in the night and was knocking the door, and she was like, mi nishajifunika, nilishajiogesha, niko msafi, I can't even step down to come and open for you the door. The husband even tried kuingiza mkono hivi afungue mlango, akatoka akaenda. Now this lady ndiye akakumbuka, mume wangu anaenda kuangalia, anapata tu marashi ya mume ndio yuko kwa mlango. Alikimbia mpaka kwa streets anaenda kutafuta. Watchmen walimpata, walimtwanga. Unaenda wapi saa hii usiku? So this, what the Bible is trying to tell us here, women, is sometimes we think that we can punish people because of what they are doing. And that's why I did tell you, if there is a wrong somewhere, can you please get a right? But if you're going to add another wrong, wewe ndio utapata bado shida. Sisi somehow kuna vile tumelemewa. Lakini kwa hiyo kulemewa, there is how God gives us the grace to go through it, if you understand that is, if you're going to be wise, as the Bible puts it. So you should not use sex as something to punish your husband. If there is we've talked about communication. Ndio unaweza kuwa umeenda mpaka unasikia mbaya sana, but start coming down so that you get to a level where we can communicate and then talk, and then never separate from your husband for anything. Unaweza kuwa hata wewe uko mgonjwa, please can you try to talk to him so that he can understand, because even the Bible talks about the same. If you want to pray and fast, can we talk to each other so that we can understand? One of us or two of us, we are going for prayer and fasting. This is something that even God does not allow us to fast from. That is sex. So if you are fasting and you are free to do that, you can do it. But if you can talk to each other so that you cannot do it, then it is understood. You can, you know, God leaves it in our hands, the two of us. So this tells us that it's something that is very key Very important, because God knows that is what brings us together. Try it tonight, my friend. Kama hata mmekosana mjakuwa mkiongea simply because you decided me, I don't know what. Please, can you try today? Tomorrow, you hata hiyo maneno yote mlikuwa mnakosana juu yake will be put to the other side and you'll be continuing. Yeah? And that is what the prostitutes do know. Hata kama alikosea mume wako huyo, na akatoka akasema niko na kwangu after all. Hata mzungumzia vizuri mpaka akuje, akishakuja. Na even one for the road and then it's done. Ataendelea tu kurudi hapo. Na wewe uko umefura, haya, you don't know what to do. So please, if we are going to do this right, especially in the bedroom, if everything is healthy, you will find hata watoto wako healthy hapo nje. Because once sex life is not right, utapata one of us is getting out of that marriage. Na watoto hao wataanza kukonda. Wanagonjeka every other time, they look like scarecrows in the house. Yeah? Because the sex life is not healthy. Somebody else is doing something else out there. And God wants this thing to be together so that everything in ata kuku will not be healthy in that home. Simply because
well, I think that you've gotten that point very well. I think that one of these days, we should make this a topic on its own, because I can see that there is a lot of lessons that women and even men are supposed to be taught from concerning sex in marriage. And with that, I think that we've come to the end of today's program. That is Maisha Prime Women Talk, where real women engage. My name is Rida Chebet Kering, and you can still continue sending in your views, your comments, and some of the things that you like Irene to talk about, and I will be highlighting them in our next program. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.
Maisha TV, the Kenyan channel pushing information to Kenyan viewers through digital television platforms.
Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television.
News.
Thank you for choosing Maisha Television for this broadcast.
Information.
The classes were in a poor condition.
Cultural programming. Coming to you through all major broadcasting platforms. Special in-depth coverage from around Kenya. Exclusive reporting from all across Kenya and the continent. Maisha TV presents high-class programming, engaging talk shows from our studios and outside broadcasting on a wide range of issues with trending perspectives.
I'm really asking our guys who are behind the camera to look for that clip and then play that clip.
Telling Kenyan stories you won't hear elsewhere.
The most wicked sight in my life is to see his tongue hanging almost up to here.
Tangu corona ianze mwezi wa 3 tumekuwa na changamoto mingi.
Watching stimulating debates on a hot seat.
I guess. Wait, I don't know. Wait. Let me tell you about the seat. No.
The latest happenings from around you on Maisha Prime. The Prime Talk shows connects us with realities of life. Hivi sasa, looking at your everyday life.
Wazazi wameweza kuwapa uhuru watoto wao
and local business, finance and investment.
Some levels of smuggling of sugar.
Maisha TV digital platform engages users everywhere through multimedia approach technology. A Maisha television digital platform, your local and continental channel platform where you choose it, watch it and love it.